Hello again, I'm Dr. Libby Kemkaran and I'm here with part 3 of Tame Your Brain, and we've covered the first human need, which was certainty. Today I'm going to give you the second human need, which is variety, because we're contrary beasts and we like both a mixture of certainty and uncertainty in our life. So for a bit of variety, here are our other little kittens that I'm caring for at the moment, and at the back there we've got Tortoise, and down here, killing each other, we've got Dodgem, because he's like a bit of a bumper car. People are going into very poor. On my left, let me see if I can get a picture of her for you. This is the beautiful Duchess, very obviously someone's beloved pet once, very much not a feral, and yet someone felt they had to do this. And this is one of the sad realities of stressful situations. People do the best they can with the resources they have. And so sometimes that means a behaviour that they at other times would consider outrageous. And so as we talk through these 6 human needs and we watch fairy kittens to entertain us while I drip feed hopefully some useful information into your brain, I'm going to talk about the fact that these kittens are 2 weeks old and beginning to play, and we'll see Queenie's litter reach this size so fast, and time flies at the moment, but it also drags, doesn't it? And it's a weird phenomenon how the days seem endless, and yet here we are at the end of April, and we'd only heard about this pesky disease mid-January. Well, I did, because I was suffering this weird, crazy respiratory thing I didn't understand and I just couldn't shake. So I started Googling and found this crazy little virus in China. Now, this second need is a funny one because the need for excitement, the need for variety is huge. There are 6 needs in all. And again, these are needs, not wants. And we tend to hold on to a top 2, which is different for all of us. Variety is like the opposite of certainty. It's about there always being something new to look forward to. You remember Groundhog Day? You remember what happened when he woke up and everything was always the same every single day? Yeah, he couldn't bear it and life had no meaning. And it's like that. We must have something to look forward to that alters our states and changes our horizons. So I'm going to take you back now through to my other batch of furries, and as we go I'm just going to talk about the fact that when we are compromised in any of our needs, we have a problem with rationalising for ourselves what we actually need compared to what we want. So the people that threw away those poor cats obviously thought they wanted the security of knowing they could probably feed their poor children, because we don't ever do something like that unwittingly. And I think it's really important to remember when we judge other people's behaviours by our own needs met or unmet, we are in a bit of danger because, hi Queenie, because we can't ever know where somebody else is in the world and what they're really doing. I'm just going to see if she's going to go there. There we go, good view of kittens. So, guess what? The human need that we need in the sense of certainty is being compromised, and our second human need, variety, is compromised too as well. We're very often stuck in 4 walls, and if you don't have a garden especially, it's a massive challenge to some people. We're stuck with often the same TV, the same food, we've got no nights out to look forward to, we've got no social events in the calendar. Our ability to actually actively vary our life is massively compromised. And is this beginning to make sense to you? Are you beginning to have maybe a little light bulb as to why some pretty strong emotions may be coming up for you on a daily basis? Maybe it's your patience level and you just end up snapping or get tearful a lot earlier than you would have done. Maybe it's your energy levels, maybe you're getting fed up with doing. You just need to decompress a bit and have a pause patch. And by the way guys, that's a really common thing right now. I'm seeing that in a lot of the high level people that I'm a coach for, where they're just saying, okay, I'm done, I just stop the world right now feeling, I've had enough. And again, if I can give you the biochemistry around this and drip feeding again to you why you might be okay feeling the way you're feeling, when we've been overstimulated on our adrenal circuitry, the hypothalamic pituitary axis, or HPA, that system is great, but if we stimulate it for too long, we get stuck in a feedback loop. And first there's the alarm phase. That was those first few weeks of no government action, no supermarket action, just survival behaviours, chimp behaviour driven by us, the triggered humans. Do you remember how it felt in the shops then? Crazy times. People were in high arousal phase, they were highly triggered. There were even some fights and fisticuffs over toilet roll, no pasta anywhere to be seen. But after that, we move out of that, and then we move into this resistance phase where the adrenal cortex actually physically enlarges due to it being continually stimulated by this ACTH, there's a constant release from your pituitary gland, which results in an enhanced ability to make more and ever higher levels of cortisol. But during this stage, what happens is you get a greater ability to deal with the stress. So this was when things actually felt like they were calming down, and we sort of felt, oh, this might actually be okay and possibly fun. I've got this, I'm nailing lockdown. Do you remember that? And it felt less scary. And these were the days the shock was worn off. People started posting their homeschooling timetables, all beautifully colour coordinated, and today we made a simple mosaic out of human hair and things like that. But next we get here. And where we are now is not so pleasant. We're reaching the stage of exhaustion, which eventually comes after continued stress. And it results in symptoms similar to the alarm phase. Now, during this phase, the adrenal glands actually shrink and the levels of cortisol fall. And that results in an inability to cope with stress. So, newsflash, you're going to be a bit ratty. You're going to get to that point where, if you haven't done so already, you might maybe, possibly, kind of answer yes to perhaps some of the following. So, do I have exhaustion, general fatigue? Am I in bed in the morning with my eyes closed thinking, I really don't want to get up yet, I'm just going to hide for a bit longer? Am I getting more headaches, a little bit depressed, a bit more anxiety than I was 2 weeks ago? Beginning to be a bit more trouble falling asleep, some insomnia or some excessive sleeping or a dysregulated body clock where you're wanting to sleep at weird times. And there's also chronic pain and loss of appetite or difficulty in digesting food. Slow stomach emptying is a real classic, which can lead to IBS. Symptoms such as constipation or just sore tummy in general. Difficulty regulating your temperature, feeling very cold without actually having a fever, and night sweats. And sometimes you get abnormal hormone levels, including thyroid, cortisol and testosterone, so you might overreact or underreact to things. And you get suppressed or altered immunity, which is amazing. You actually get an increased susceptibility to viral infections and increased allergic symptoms. So guess why this stuff is important right now? And by the way, not all patients experience all the symptoms, and other symptoms can occur. Psychological symptoms, you get lack of enthusiasm, lack of motivation, cynicism and depersonalisation and withdrawal, especially if what you're feeling is somehow linked to your work, if you're being challenged to do things in a way that you've never done before. And this isn't great, is it, guys? And this is what motivated me to put on this free coaching with kittens, because I'm really passionate about helping people understand more about the why am I feeling like this. Because when you know the why, then you have the power to change it. And you can change how you feel just by understanding where it comes from and then making steps to change the output behaviours. We can make it feel fun again because our feelings and emotions come from our needs being met. It's that simple and it's that beautiful and it's really easy. So a quick trick I'm going to teach you. Then I'm going to attempt the kitten snatch. So calm the circuits into certainty and make it feel less triggered. What this does is it allows us to look for more variety in healthier ways rather than gin, and it gives us the power to choose better pathways to getting our needs met. So 6 rhythmic breaths has a huge power. It works on your carbon dioxide receptors in your brain, and there is a shift in your brain signalling as you do it. It sounds so simple, but it's actually really powerful. The rhythm of breathing coordinates electrical activity around a whole network of brain regions associated with smell and memory and emotions. It can enhance their functioning, and it also, and here's the kicker, short circuits your fear responses. And you can give birth using nothing but breathing. And I'm a living proof of that, having done it 3 times. Genuinely, it's possible to regulate your body to the extent where you control how it responds to things like pain. So, it's breathe in for 2, hold it for 4, and then out for 8. And it's really important, that bit. The out breath needs to be longer than the in breath. And that's the bit that fools your brain, even in a global pandemic. So the trick is when you breathe in to soften your diaphragm. And when you hold, so you breathe in for 2, then when you hold for 4, you almost need to push down on your diaphragm into your stomach so your stomach comes out. That's something us females never do, right? Yeah, do it now. And when you push out a little bit, it triggers something to do with your vasodilatory compensatory mechanisms, and you instantly lower your blood pressure. Then as you breathe out for 8, and that important long out breath happens, you get to the stage where you are actually kidding your brain that everything's okay. So you practice that. I'm going to go in and grab a kitten, if she'll let me again. hi. Who have we got? Is it the same one again? Oh, I don't believe it. It's Pinga again. Oh no, it's not. It's okay. We're fine. So this is a different one. This is, we're calling him Smudge, as you can see why. And he is growing beautifully. He's still got his little umbilicus attached, as you can see. Little curly feet up there. And can you believe in 2 weeks' time, he's going to be as big and fat as those other little ginger ones that we just saw out there. And you'll notice how he's a bit more chilled today, and so is she. She's not as panicked. And guys, using a kitten as an analogy, we are all kitten phase in our coping. Be kind to yourself, and remember that this is all new, and remember that this is something that we're learning how to manage as we go along, and on a daily basis we're learning more, and I'm learning more as Queen of Mindset. I'm learning every day more challenges. I'm amazed at some of the things I'm seeing on the social media streams, and there's some lovely things on there. And I'm going to quote my brilliant friend Elena Viggers, who came out with the phrase, I feel like I'm socially stuttering right now because I can't cope with human interactions. And I'm going to talk more about that tomorrow as we talk about the third human need, which is all about connection. And so I'm going to wrap this up for today. If you're just joining us on this part 3 of Tame Your Brain, the others are available via my website, which is just Kemkaran.com. That's my weird surname, as you'll see down below. And do go and visit there, and you can access my YouTube channel through the website and catch up with the first 2 parts of this. So stay well, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.